This is unexpected.
Well, you never got to go on a honeymoon, so...
We made you dinner! It's a luau! We got pineapples and coconuts and ukuleles!
Oh, yay!
Hey, yamara tika tika, hee-ha! Hey, yamara tika tika, hee-ha! Ow, 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 tiki 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 tiki, habu hibu bibu babaloo.
The soup of the day, Madame and Monsieur. The gummy bears were my idea.
Looks too good to even eat. Am I right?
But I made it for you.
Oh. Good soup. I love the combination of gummy bears with meat.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Build. My name is Cole Delbick, and I'm here with the one and only Miranda Cosgrove. Let's give it up.
Thank you.
You know, I thought they might play About You Now for the intro song because still a bop in 2017, let me tell you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I feel like there's so much excitement in the room. Cosgrove's fans coming out of the woodwork here.
Thank you guys for coming.
So we're here to talk about the home release of Despicable Me 3 this week. Tell me, what's been your favorite part of being part of the Despicable Me family?
It's just been so much fun from the start. I love the Minions, of course, and also just getting to see your voice come out of a little character that isn't you is pretty cool. And I started the very first Despicable Me when I was 13 or 14, and now I'm 24, so it's just been really cool to get to be a part of it for so long.
Yeah, has your sort of approach changed over the years because you've grown up with this character a little bit?
I feel like I've become more comfortable trying a bunch of different things for sure, because they give you an endless amount of takes, and you get to try it all sorts of different ways, and it's really laid back, and you don't have to be nervous at all because you're just kind of in this little room by yourself, and the directors actually do all the animation in Paris, and they come up on Skype, and they just give a bunch of notes and say, try it a million different ways and see what happens.
So do you sort of approach a live action role differently than an animated role? I mean, it sounds sort of like a cushy gig. You're in the room, you don't have to dress up, you're sort of chilling out, right, a little bit? Yeah,
definitely. You can go in your sweats or pajamas or whatever you want. So that's definitely a perk. But yeah, I mean, I really like doing live action stuff too because it's fun to have an audience, and it's definitely fun to have people to play off of, but both are pretty cool.
You know, I was reading somewhere that you didn't know what the Minions would look like halfway through kind of working on the first film. What were you expecting them to look like?
Well, I didn't even know there were going to be Minions in the first movie because about halfway through filming the first Despicable Me, the directors were like, oh, we want to show you these pictures, these storyboards of these little yellow guys we added into the movie. And I tried to explain what they were like to one of my friends on the phone afterwards, and she had no idea. She was like, I was like, they're short, and they're like kind of fat, and they're yellow, and they have like little pieces of hair coming out of the top of their heads. And my friend was just like, okay, yeah. And now it's kind of funny because everybody knows what Minions are.
I know, good thing they included them. It's like a phenomenon now.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy they added those guys in.
So this sequel is kind of one of my favorites because the great Steve Carell plays not only one role, but two, his long-lost twin brother, Drew. Did you sort of watch him develop this new character and this kind of signature voice to go along with it?
Well, he definitely came up with the whole crazy voice that he does for Gru, and also everything he does for Drew. But one of the really fun things about hanging around him is people are always coming up to him and asking him to do the Gru voice, and he does it like drop of the hat, like people's voicemails and stuff as Gru. He's always like willing to go crazy and go right into it. So
oh my God, I need a Gru voicemail immediately. That's amazing.
I know, I want one. I'm gonna ask him for one when I see him again.
What is it like? Do you guys get to see each other when you're recording? Because this cast is stacked. We got Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Julie Andrews. I mean, it's crazy.
I actually, when I did the first Despicable Me, I thought we were all going to be in a room together and we were all going to go through the whole script together. But the way the movies are filmed, we all record separately. But I did get to know Steve Carell pretty well just from doing publicity since the first movie. And then Kristen Wiig's one of my favorite actresses ever. I love her. So I got to hang out with her a bit for the publicity for this one, and she's awesome. I'm so excited that my voice is even near hers in a movie.
Yeah, what was that like? Did you fangirl in front of her? I mean, she's writing, directing, doing everything.
I held it together pretty well, I think. But I totally if I was going to fangirl over somebody, it would totally be Kristen Wiig. I love her.
I love the storyline that your characters share in this film. And, you know, the Despicable Me movies have dizzying animation and bright colors and the Minions, but there's also a lot of heart to these films, and it's about family. And this one there's a story of Kristen Wiig's character becoming your pseudo-mother, and I thought that was really beautiful. Is that sort of an appeal to you for this kind of franchise?
Yeah, definitely. Ever since I auditioned for the first movie, and they told me that they didn't tell me a whole lot about the characters at first, but they said that Margot and her two sisters were in an orphanage. And it's really nice in this movie to get to see them as a real family. And even though Gru was already like a dad to them in the second film, it's really their first time having a mom figure. And it's really cute the way Kristen Wiig plays the role and how much she cares and how much she wants to be a good mom, and she thinks she doesn't really know what to do or how to do it right. So yeah, those scenes were definitely fun.
And we know Despicable Me 4 is on the horizon, looming somewhere in the distance. Do you have any idea when you guys are going to work on it, when we might see something from it?
I don't know, but I would love to do Despicable Me 4. I just think the movies are a lot of fun, and I think they make people laugh a lot. So I would love to get to be a part of one.
Well, your fans know you from so many different things. You know, I almost wrote a very angry letter to NBC after they canceled Crowded last year. It was one of my favorite shows.
Oh, thanks.
And I really loved seeing you in sort of a more mature role. What was it like to return to acting in that way?
It was actually my first time doing a show with a live audience, so that part of it was so fun, because at first I was really nervous to do anything like that. I've never been in a play or really done anything in front of a live audience before, so I was all nervous I was going to like forget the lines or something. But yeah, it was so much fun to have an audience, and it's really cool to have people there to laugh and actually like play off of and like feel their energy and stuff. So that was a really fun experience. And one of my best friends, her name is Mia, and she played my sister in the show Crowded. So it's awesome. I made a best friend out of it. So
That's the best. Do you sort of want to return to do more TV, or did the cancellation make you a little wary?
No, I love TV and I love comedy, so I'd love to get to be a part of another show like that. And even though I'm going to USC right now, I have pretty much taken off every pilot season and to do a pilot. So hopefully I'm hoping to do that again this year.
I think I can speak for all of us and say that we'd love to see you in another TV show
Thanks.
soon. And I also love following you on social media, and I particularly loved that video you recorded of you singing Praying by Kesha.
Oh, thanks.
And you have such fans in terms of your music. Any status updates about that? Could we expect any new music soon?
Well, I've actually been working on songs on and off for a long time, but I haven't released anything in forever. So I'm really hoping that once I graduate, I can try to get back into music more, because I really love making music. And I do have some songs that I've done, but not really enough to make a full album. But yeah, I definitely want to get back into it because I love writing songs and all that. It's really fun.
Do you see yourself more as an actress or more of a singer? Like, does music fulfill you in a different way than something like iCarly or Despicable Me does?
Yeah, I definitely think they're totally different, just because with acting, it was kind of the first thing. I sort of fell into it because I'm from LA and an agent came up to my parents when I was 3. And
Yeah, you have a crazy origin story.
it's kind of weird. And I just went on commercial auditions and stuff, and that's sort of how it started. So I really started with acting, and I took acting classes when I was little and all that. But music and singing's just always been something I really enjoy, and also, even though it's pretty different from, memorizing lines or being on a show. But yeah, I definitely like both for different reasons.
I was watching clips of you performing on YouTube, and I saw that you performed at the tree lighting ceremony in front of the Obama family. I mean, talk about pressure. What
I was so nervous.
that like? Oh my God.
I was extremely nervous. I sang Last Christmas, and I kept repeating the words of Last Christmas, like on the plane on the way to Washington. Like, I was so scared I was going to forget the words. I probably couldn't, still remember them. But yeah, that was a really cool experience, and my mom went with me, and it's pretty awesome to get to be a part of something like that.
Did you get any time with him afterwards to say hello or anything?
I got to take a picture with him, and Michelle Obama was actually in an episode of iCarly.
Right.
And it was super cool. My mom would hate this story, but afterwards, we were on the freeway, and after the day that Michelle Obama was filming on iCarly, and we got pulled over on the freeway. I don't remember for what. Like my mom didn't put her blinker on or something. And my mom gets really nervous, and she told the policeman, I was just recently near Michelle Obama, like to try to get out of this, getting a ticket. And he was just like, he was like, that's nice, like license and registration. It was really weird.
I would have been like, okay, keep going, ma'am. Totally understandable.
She thought if she was like within 3 feet of Michelle Obama that it meant she couldn't get a ticket within 24 hours or something, I guess.
What? I mean, iCarly has had so many incredible guest stars from Emma Stone. I think Emily Ratajkowski was her first on-screen role, and Michelle Obama, of course. What was it like to have these sort of like big hitters on set?
It's awesome. It was crazy how lucky we were in getting so many cool like co-stars and people to come on the show. I'm a huge Emma Stone fan too, so that was really crazy. When she was on, I was so excited. But yeah, it was crazy. It's so funny like that people like that actually like watch the show and would come on.
Have you seen Emma Stone since?
Well, La La Land's one of my favorite movies. I saw her in the movie, but no, I haven't seen her since.
When you think back to your iCarly days, I mean, you've done so much since then, but do you still look back on them fondly?
Yeah, definitely. One of my best friend is Jeanette McCurdy, who was on iCarly with me, and we live really close to each other, and we have sleepovers all the time, and like I literally see her like every other day. So yeah, I guess I've been really lucky because I've made really close friends from a lot of the different acting things that I've been a part of. So especially with iCarly, it was so fun being best friends with Jeanette and getting to travel all over and, you know, get to go through something like that with your best friend. It was really fun.
Yeah, that must be an incredible bonding experience to be on that show and then sort of have this meteoric rise to stardom, but then to have someone there with you must be so comforting.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually realized we were born in the same hospital. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just kind of random. We like figured it out a couple years ago, and we got all excited.
Meant to be, man.
Yeah, I guess we were meant to be best friends.
And I know you've said that you're open to a possible iCarly reunion, but what is it going to take to make this happen?
I don't know. I don't know what it would be. It'd be interesting to see where all the characters, like where they've gone and what they're up to, for sure. But for now, it's really nice to get to see everybody. And it's crazy to me because Nathan Kress, who was Freddie on the show, he is actually about to have his first baby. So that's pretty crazy.
Do you, I mean, given that you hang out with Jeanette all the time, do you guys sort of come up with maybe where your characters would be now or think about that at all?
Well, if they're anything like Jeanette and I, they'd just be like eating a lot of food and hanging out and watching YouTube videos. I don't know if that'd be that entertaining, but yeah, I don't know. I hope that Carly comes back from Italy, and of course that she's still like best friends with Sam.
Come on, Nickelodeon, make it happen. You know, you mentioned that you're going to USC now, and we were talking backstage, and you have finals coming up. You said tomorrow. What are you do? You must be so stressed out.
So I haven't studied at all for my Psych 101 final tomorrow.
And she's here for you guys. I mean, come on.
It's at 2 p.m. tomorrow, so that's going to be when I'm failing that. But I'm going to try to make flashcards on the plane on the way back home tonight, so maybe I'll be okay. I don't know.
Everyone tweet her good thoughts tomorrow around that time. Thanks. Maybe some answers.
I keep telling myself at least it'll be over at 3:30, so whatever happens, at 3:30 I'll be free of the semester.
What has that been like? Because, you know, you've taken time off and come back to school. Do you feel like you've been able to have a semi-normal college experience?
I do. The only thing is I don't live on campus, so I think that would probably be a big thing if I actually was staying in a dorm, but so I just commute. But I've met a lot of people there, and I just went to my first football game, USC football game, and my dad went to USC, so he actually went to the game, and it was really fun.
I mean, people really feel like they grew up with you. Do people come up to you on campus and sort of be like, hi, I loved your show, you know? You get that a lot?
People do come up to me a lot. Recently, something really embarrassing happened. Somebody came up to me, and they said, like, would you do a picture? And I was like, sure. So I took their camera or whatever, and I went to take like a selfie. And it was like a family, like a whole, like kids and a mom and a dad. And then they looked really uncomfortable, and I was trying to figure out like why. And I realized that they actually just wanted me to take the picture of them, not to be in the picture.
You're like, oh, okay, yeah.
And it was really embarrassing, and that's my story.
I mean, if I were you, I would assume the same thing.
So now they just have this picture of a weird girl that got in their family photo.
Thank you. Yeah.
She really said, like, oh, that was nice of you, but could you do one of us? And I was just like, oh. It was really embarrassing.
I mean, so you have a huge social media following online, and what kind of messages or things do fans reach out and ask you about, tell you about?
I guess people actually bring up Drake and Josh a lot, which is cool. People call me Megan a lot when they come up to me.
That's where I was first introduced to you on Drake and Josh.
Sometimes people ask me to sing Memories badly from School of Rock. Yeah, usually I get stuff like that. Or sometimes people will ask me, like, where's Gibby? Those are probably the 3 main things I get.
I know you've been in so many different roles, and I feel like each one of them has their own internet presence, or like there's been memes made of each one. Like my favorite, Megan at the computer, going interesting. You know, like I think
I
that's
can
so
actually relate to that
versatile.
when I like it. I'm a good like internet stalker, figuring stuff out online. For
Do you
sure.
feel like with such a big following, there's a sort of responsibility that you have to put certain messages out there? Like, how do you approach sort of like uploading a photo or, what's your sort of style?
A bit for sure, but I guess not too much because the main things I like to post are my dog on on Instagram, so that's not too crazy, I guess. But I really like Instagram probably the most of all the social media platforms just because it's kind of like a little scrapbook online and it's sort of like an art project or something. So I like that. And I actually like to scroll back on my friends' Instagrams or on mine and like even see what we were doing a year ago or a few years ago. It's just, I like it a lot. It's cool.
Sometimes you're like, oh my God, what was that?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I know you recently went to Washington, D.C. to advocate for the protection of marine mammals, and you went to reception and met some senators. What was that like, and where did sort of your passion for that come about?
Well, I absolutely love animals. That's for sure. And then it was cool because I went to Capitol Hill because there's this thing called the MMPA. It's like the Marine Mammal Protection Act, and they're trying to pass legislation to get rid of it. And basically, it protects dolphins and all marine mammals. I just mentioned dolphins because I love them so much, but it's all marine mammals. It helps them because they do seismic blasting, and it hurts their ears, and the way they communicate is through sounds and stuff. So yeah, it was really exciting to get to go there and get to be a part of it. And so far, it's still around. So I hope it sticks.
That's so great, though, that you'll be able to lend your voice to that cause. I mean, we need people like you to speak up about those things. So thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was cool to get to be a part of something like that.
Did you like dipping your toes in that realm? I mean, you kind of conquered film and TV, and now you're exploring psych. Could politics be in the future?
I don't know, but I love Law and Order, and I got a picture at Capitol Hill where I kind of felt like Mariska Hargitay, so that was nice.
That photo's amazing, by the way. The Washington Post
I
photo,
was like
right?
playing the Law and Order theme song in my mind while we were taking pictures.
So sort of going forward, what roles appeal to you? What are you looking to do? Are you kind of focusing on school now, wanting to graduate, less acting, more acting?
I definitely want to act. Acting's my #1 favorite thing. But yeah, right now I'm just going to USC. I have about 1.5 years left of classes, so working on that. And I'm going to try to take a semester off, hopefully, and try to act a bit and go back and kind of just keep balancing the two.
Man, that's going to be some graduation party because it's
I'll be 35 or 50. My dad will have a walker.
That's so nice, though, that your dad went to USC as well, and you guys can share that together.
Yeah, it was funny. I actually took the SAT when I was trying to get into USC. I took the SAT there, and my dad, I was almost late to take the test because my dad drove me, and he was showing me the campus, and he was saying, like, I went in that fountain, and one time I walked over there. Like, it was really funny. He loves it.
I went to school, the same school that my parents went to, so I can relate.
They get really excited.
So excited, so excited. And, you know, what are you into these days? I mean, music-wise, are there specific bands or songs that you can't get out of your head?
My favorite song right now is Bad at Love by Halsey. I love that
That
song.
is a good one.
I've been listening to it on repeat.
Any TV shows you're binging lately?
This Is Us. I haven't gotten through one episode without crying. I don't think anybody has. It's so good. There's actually a new episode that I'm going to watch tomorrow after my final to celebrate.
I feel like I could see you on This Is Us. I think that would work well.
That would be awesome. I love Mandy Moore, too. She's great.
Love always Mandy. Well, I know we have
Forever.
plenty of fans in the audience with some questions, so let's get it started.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, I'm Sebastian and I'm 10 years old and
Hi, you're so cute.
and I haven't been a fan for many years.
Many years. You're so tiny.
I'm 10, that's why.
Oh, okay.
And I saw all your episodes of iCarly, and I'm hoping you can have a reunion. And how old were you when you started working in the iCarly cast?
When I started working on iCarly, I was 13. Yeah, and Jeanette was 14, and I think Nathan was 13 or 14. I don't remember for him. Sorry, Nathan. You are so cute. Thank you for the question.
Okay.
Next question.
Hello.
Hi.
So I know you haven't been gotten back into the music world yet, but would you ever consider making a Christmas album?
That'd be awesome. I can't wait to listen to Gwen Stefani's Christmas album. I just downloaded it, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, so that'd be awesome.
You should check out that last Christmas performance if you want a Christmas album. It was great. Next question.
Hi, I'm a huge Drake and Josh fan, and I wanted to know, starting in acting so young, how do you balance acting with your social life?
It was a little bit hard just because when iCarly started, I started doing homeschooling, and I always really liked going to regular school, and most of my friends were from elementary school. So it was a little hard at first, just like figuring out what it was like to do homeschooling instead of going to regular school. But I'm definitely happy I did it. I've had an amazing experience getting to travel to a lot of places I would have never been able to go to. So and just meet so many people, and it's been really cool.
And we have one last question.
Hi, Miranda.
Hi.
How are you? I wanted to know, was it a hard transition from going from TV shows like iCarly to such a big franchise like Despicable Me and doing voiceovers?
I wouldn't say that it was hard, but it was definitely different for me doing Despicable Me because I'd never, especially the first one, I'd never really done anything animated before. And I went in thinking we were all going to be in the same room and like not really knowing how any of it worked or anything. So yeah, it was a totally different experience. And it's definitely just really easy and fun. And I love getting to do animated stuff.
All right, well,
Thank you guys for
we
your
have to let you go, and everybody make sure to pick up your copy of Despicable Me 3 this week. Thanks so much, Miranda. Let's give it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.